Minutes past 7. Great to have you with us. More than 100,000 cases, that is how many, as I was just saying, reports of family violence police had to deal with last year. While they believe it is a record, Women's Refuge says the number is probably only a small proportion of the true picture. With me now is Women's Refuge Chief Executive, Dr. Ange Jury. Ange, thank you very much for joining us this morning. These numbers are truly horrific, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not good. They're certainly not good.
Obviously, the first thing we've got to do is establish why there is such a rise, and people will want to believe it's because there is a greater reporting of family violence now.
I would put most of it down to greater reporting, Paul.
All right.
I don't think anything's any worse than it's been as long as we've been knowing about it.
So you would have to say, Ange, that that's actually a good thing then, wouldn't you? Because family violence should be reported at its earliest stage.
It should be. It gives us a far better chance to intervene the earlier we know what's going on.
So we're talking about almost 102,000 cases which police investigated over the year. You still, though, even although that's largely down to greater reporting, you still believe that is really just the tip of the iceberg?
Most research suggests that, and the police accept this, that they only get to see somewhere between 70 and 20% of what's going on. So that actually creates a really horrific number, far worse than what we've got reported.
No, it does. You say, and this is perhaps disturbing from these latest stats that come out, resolutions by police are down. What do we mean by that? Do we mean prosecutions?
That means they've come to a resolution of the case. The case is actually closed. So that could mean they couldn't find an offender, or they just couldn't reach a resolution of a particular incident.
Does the fact that resolutions are down, and they're down around, they're down at about 37%, I think, in general, resolutions of the 102,000 cases are at 37%. Do you think the fact that they are down is an indication that police are really stretched in this area because the number of reportages are up?
I think police are always stretched, the same way that anyone that works in this field is always stretched, Paul.
Is it a priority for police, do you think?
It's a massive priority for police at the moment. We're working with them actually on a massive internal change process, which is looking at training and data collection, and it's just a massive project. They are paying a great deal of attention to this particular area of their work.
This is part of the police's family violence change program, and one of the things that we have experienced recently, talking about the hideous case down in Dunedin and other cases over the year, is that police are saying that their training is getting better and better when it comes to violence, and they're recognising more and more how significant family violence is in the scope of all violence that they deal with. Is that your experience? Do you think police on the beat are in a better position to recognise how serious it is and deal with it?
I think they are getting better all the time. I think there's no doubt about that. Nobody wants to see any more incidents like the Dunedin incident.
Are we improving, do you think, even although the numbers of reportage are going up? Do you think in New Zealand we are improving with the way we deal with this disastrous situation?
I think we're all getting better at how we deal with it. Whether we're actually getting better at early intervention, I'm not sure.
What is there, I know there's no, we've got to end the interview now because we're out of time, but is there some kind of a magic bullet? Is it just saying, why don't people behave like decent human beings? Is there something that could dramatically improve the situation?
Yeah, people should stop hitting women. Should stop hitting women and children. It's actually simple. Violence is a choice. They choose to do that.
So basically it does come down to us just being better human beings. Dr. Ange Jury,
pretty much.
Women's Refuge Chief Executive, thank you very much for joining us this morning. It's coming up 18 minutes past 7.